I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Shouldn't we test it first?
Not with a single... The second you arrive and the Institute figures out which this is a one-shot deal. So what do you say?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll...
Refrain
Pull
from
yourself
opening
together
fire
and get up
inside
onto
the
that
institute.
platform.
It could jeopardize our entire mission.
Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up.
Yeah?
Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Refrain from opening fire inside the institute.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please.
Useless.
Step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Shaun?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Shaun.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes.
What's going on?
It's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
Shh,
I don't know you.
It'll be okay,
Go
Shaun.
away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Shaun. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father?
Right.
Father? Father, help me!
Shaun. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Shaun.
I know.
Just...
I promised answers, but I need you to realize that you have traveled very far, and suffered. It's good to finally meet you.
Uh-huh.
I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time.
Sure.
But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10?
Right.
And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great scientific curiosity, and the goal, so they followed the best example thus far. The youth.
So the weird science experiments needed...
In a manner of speaking, the Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. Plenty of that was available, of course.
Sure.
Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had... But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutation. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organ. I am their father. Through science.
Shaun.
It really is. I know you must have questions.
Your mother.
Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident, of course.
Uh-huh. Collateral damage?
I forget that it's been such a I don't have any direct memories. And has it always been easy? Of course. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were.
Sure.
With old age comes regret. But what matters now is that what else can I say?
So you're in charge of the...
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades at the Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future.
It doesn't matter what they think.
I'm glad. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen, just give me time. What else can I...
Sure. Kellogg.
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all...
You knew the man was a psycho.
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping... The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's. Institute technology prolonged his life, and... he never failed the Institute. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his.
Right.
I know there's more for... The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthrough. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped, and now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to...
You want me to stay?
Yes.
Sure.
The Institute can provide a better life than anything. You've been in the Commonwealth.
Things are pretty...
I've seen it myself. And it's a life that you... I simply ask that you give the Institute. We really do have... Will you take...
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. You want to introduce yourself to the division heads.
Right.
And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems.
Shaun, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to...
Shaun, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
He's definitely impressed.
Yes. It's pushed our technology to... I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him, but I'll admit I'm curious. Do you think you could...
I don't need a synth.
Yes, but not the Shaun you were looking for. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's present...
Sure.
Call this a clean floor? Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled.
It's an honor to meet you, sir.